gospel today clearly demarcates where we are in the Christmas season. On the 8th day, we anticipated, of course, today, because today is really the 7th day. Tomorrow's the 8th. What happens on the 8th day? The circumcision of the child. This is the Jewish tradition. It is significant because it's the first shedding of blood by the Savior. More significant, in one sense, is the naming. Jeshua. Jesus, God saves, his identity and his mission. Very clearly again given. In the baptismal ritual, which is something of a parallel, at the very beginning of the baptism of an infant, the question is raised, what name have you given to this child? So we all receive a name, and it has a significance. We continue to celebrate the wonder of the Holy Family. This past weekend, we had that feast. And I took the opportunity then to highlight the role of Joseph as the head of the Holy Family and what it takes, again, to live in a holy way. And we saw very clearly that Joseph was someone who knew he had to always put God's plan first. He had other ideas at times, he was surprised, and yet he was obedient. This is holiness, to really make God first. So we're given this opportunity now to look at Mary as, again, a key member of this Holy Family. And she also models for us what it looks like to be holy, to help our families, again, to be close to God. And it's very simply stated in this gospel, it's almost easy to overlook it. She kept all these things, reflecting on them in her heart. Holiness involves a certain level of pondering, of understanding, of kind of mulling over and taking to heart the meaning of things, the direction of things. Mary has done this before. This is not the first time. We hear that after the message of the angel to her, that she would be the mother of the Son of God, again, she's wondering, wow, what is this? And so very helpful, again, to just keep prayerfully reflecting, considering, seeking always how God, again, is making a way. Holy mothers do this naturally. The continuation of that, of course, had to do with her daily life. She lived a very normal life according to the standards of the day. And so holiness is not necessarily something that's going to jump out, that's going to stand out, that's going to be phenomenal. Ooh, wow, look at that one. No, a lot of times it's just going to be very simple, unassuming, very simple daily decisions to love, to give of the self, to sacrifice time and energy for the sake of the others. This is Mary. She shows us clearly how to do that. Eventually, of course, it will go beyond the little family. Jesus will launch off into a public ministry. And we don't have a lot about that in terms of Mary's participation or presence. We have a few little moments, but she does show up. She wants to speak to him, etc. And so she accompanies. This is holiness, to, again, assist in whatever the Lord, again, himself is doing. And then, of course, at the culmination of Jesus' ministry and saving acts, she will be at the foot of the cross. She will be present to him in this ordeal, and yet in this profound sign of a love that is like none other, is unlimited. Finally, we can say, of course, that Mary is a key member of all of our families. She helps us all now because she continues to intercede for us in the heavenly life. And so, how can we follow Mary's example? How can we live holiness in our lives? Well, one way is simple. We can continue to prayerfully observe this season. We have another week to celebrate, to ponder, to be amazed at, to wonder, to again look for what is the meaning of this in our own lives. This weekend we celebrate the Feast of the Epiphany, the visit of the Magi, the revelation of Jesus to the nations. How do we participate in that revelation we can again continue to pray with? In these days, the church in the daily readings will be pondering the hidden life of Jesus, those many years. First of all, in Egypt, when the family had to escape the threat to the child. And so those years, which we again have nothing scripturally that we can know about, other than, again, that they were obedient and lived their life as best they could there. Then after they returned, we have that one little moment that we're given in the scriptures about Jesus when he's 12 years old and they had gone to the Passover celebration and he stayed behind and they didn't know about it, and there's confusion, and then they find him in the temple. That little moment, again, reveals a lot, again, about the normalcy, if you will, of the Holy Family's life. Miscommunication, even for them, can happen. It's not sinful, it's just limitations. And then finally, the church will also ponder, as we get nearer to the culmination of the season, as we head to the baptism of Jesus a week from Sunday, we will also ponder briefly the event of Jesus just on the verge, again, of the public ministry, kind of like the signal moment, and that is the Feast of Cana, the marriage wedding feast, where Jesus transforms water into wine. And so again, these moments, all worthy of our pondering and praying with and reflecting on, and we will continue to do that, of course, not just for the season, but throughout the whole liturgical year and throughout all the days of our lives. May Our Lady, in a very special way, lead us and guide us in this prayerful way of living.